What's going on, guys? UFC Abu Dhabi breakdown. The card is happening today at the time of recording because it's 12:30 at night. It starts in about 11 and a half hours, but I do have to get a video out. So let's get this. I know I haven't dropped in a while. I've been lazy. Let's get this stuff. All right. So y'all been here. Y'all know the drill. For any fight that I put a question mark, I have no fucking clue about either of them. The skull is the person I think that's losing. The lock is a lock for a parlay, and the underdog pick is somebody that I'm picking that just happens to be an underdog on the betting odds. All right, first fight of the night. Martin Buday, Marcus Buchecha, I think it is. I'm going with Marcus because of the BJJ. He might lose. It's heavyweight. Anything can really happen. And Martin Buday is a guy that's 6-1 in the UFC. Granted, he did go to a split decision with Andrei Arlovsky in the Big 24 and beat up a bunch of cans. Other than that, really, as long as you're not super plotty and dog shit, you'll beat Martin Buday like Shamil Gaziev. Yeah, I think Buchecha is going to get it done by sub in round one, but I don't know. Anything could happen. Maybe Buday gets a split decision. Who fucking knows? Buchecha did lose to a guy that's not amazing, so anything can happen. All right, Muhammad Yahya and Steven, because I'm not saying that last name. I think Steven wins. I think neither of them are really great at anything. Steven, he's got the physicality. He's going to be bigger. He's probably piece him up in the striking. I really don't know. I don't really know either of them that well. I'm just picking Steven. I'm picking Steven. There's not really much to it. I'm just picking Steven, right? Yeah. I think he's a big betting favorite. That usually those guys win on the prelims. Yeah, I'm taking Steven. Muhammad Yahya is just not great. He's not great. Next fight, Ibo Aslan, Billy Alicana. I like Ibo Aslan by first round knockout. Granted, he did get dominated. Oh, hold on, I'm missing something. All right. Granted, he did get dominated by Ion Cutelaba on the floor. Billy Alicana is not Ion Cutelaba. He quit after getting hit one time and then tapped immediately to the guillotine from Bogdan Guskov. Yeah, he's Billy Alicana. I think he's a quitter. Ibo Aslan, he clearly wants to come back after what the hell just happened to him in his last fight. It was a quick fight. He went up against a crafty vet. Billy Alicana is not the craftiness of Ion Cutelaba. He's not particularly that great. Ibo Aslan, this guy is like he's a Turkish industry plant. He's not losing to fucking Billy Alicana. This is a rebound for him. Yeah, but Ibo Aslan round one. I'm taking Amanda Ribas. Tabitha Ritchie is not great. I know if this fight is close, they'll probably give it to Tabitha Ritchie because they want her and her boyfriend to both be, the greatest things ever in combat sports. But Amanda Ribas is chinny. She might get hit a couple times clean and do a chicken dance, but Tabitha Ritchie is small for strawweight. Y'all gotta keep that in mind. Amanda Ribas has some level of danger. I know she got subbed by Mackenzie Dern, but that's Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern is not fucking Tabitha Ritchie. Tabitha Ritchie is not Mackenzie Dern. I think Amanda Ribas is just going to be bigger, and usually that's enough to win a WMMA fight if y'all both are similarly skilled. Yeah, I'm taking Amanda Ribas as the underdog, I'm pretty sure. I'll check right now. But I'm pretty sure she's the underdog on most bookies. They just want Tabitha Ritchie to win so bad. She is, yeah. No, actually, she's a favorite. She's a favorite. All right, well, fuck this dog. I think Amanda Ribas is going to win, though. She's minus 200. I think she should win. All right, Damon Blackshear. I'm picking Damon Blackshear to beat Davey Grant. Damon Blackshear, he's just shown levels in his last few fights. He's really leveled up since he got knocked out by, I think it was Montel Jackson in like 7 seconds or whatever it was. Yeah, I'm taking Damon Blackshear. He might win by sub. He might win decision. Davey Grant is crafty though. He's old, but he's crafty. He's got tools in his bag. Yeah, I'm liking Damon Blackshear. Probably by decision. Could be sub. I don't know. Davy Grant just hasn't shown great like competence when a guy mixes it up. Damon Blackshear is going to be bigger. I think he's going to be more explosive in the first couple rounds. He's got age on him by like 9 years, so I think that might play a factor too. Yeah, I like Damon Blackshear via the grappling. This one, Carlos Leal, Muslim Salikov. Listen, Carlos Leal, I think he's like minus 700 or something. No, minus 500. I don't think he should be that big of a favorite. Muslim Salikov is not just a pushover. He's not going to just get knocked out in the first round like fucking Alex Morono. Alex Morono was not Muslim Salikov, even though he's 41. Let's be real, bro. He's just not. And this is Abu Dhabi, so if y'all watched Carlos Leal's first fight live, y'all would know that he completely lost that fight, obviously, 30-27. I don't know how he lost that fight. He definitely won. 2 for 17 on takedowns and winning is diabolical work. Carlos Leal, he definitely got robbed, but I had Renat in my parlay, so he didn't get robbed. I like Carlos Leal to beat Muslim Salikov, though. I think he will get a decision. I don't know if he'll finish Salikov. He might, just because Salikov is old. He might just not have a chin anymore, or a gas tank and just get finished by pressure. But Carlos Leal is the kind of guy that just throws looping hooks and overhands and tries to get you out of there. He's not the most technically sound guy that the UFC's ever seen, especially an unranked welterweight. He's not amazing, but I think he will have enough to beat Muslim Salikov. He's got a reach advantage. The height's the same, but he does have 4 inches of reach. I think he'll probably use his striking to, I think he'll just be better. I think he'll be better and faster. Faster is the main thing. I think he'll be faster. Muslim Salikov does have a lot of tools. He's got the kicks. I think he's going to be very kick heavy, but he's got good hands. I just think that Carlos Leal is going to find a shot that either puts him out or find enough shots in the rounds to win a decision. He shouldn't be minus 500 though. This is not a lock. This one, Bryce Mitchell versus Saeed Nurmagomedov. I like Bryce Mitchell to win. I know a lot of people are heavy on Saeed, and I probably shouldn't pick Bryce Mitchell because he said he would go fishing with that one mustache man, but I really think he's going to win this fight, even though he lost to John Silva and Ilia Topuria and Josh Emmett. But Saeed is just not in that caliber of fighter. He's just not there. He lost to didn't he lose to oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else. He lost to Jonathan Martinez. And hold on, I actually have this written on my notes. I have a notepad written for all this shit. Okay, so Bryce is 2-3 in his last 5, but he lost to Ilia, Josh Emmett, and Gene Silva. Saeed is 1-2 in his last 3, but he lost to Vinicius Oliveira, who's very good in my opinion. I think he's very underrated, even after he beat Kyler Phillips, and Jonathan Martinez, which Jonathan Martinez got brutalized by Aldo. Aldo got brutalized by Jan. Whatever. Right. Both are heavy grapplers. This is true. They both have grappling heavy styles. Bryce is gonna be. I think Bryce will be mindful of the front choke, obviously. 1, after what happened in his last fight, but 2, because Saeed is just a specialist in that. I feel like this was cherry-picked matchmaking, though. Like, they gave Bryce Mitchell, who just got finished by a front choke, to the most dangerous front choke artist in the whole organization, arguably. Bryce is going to win a decision with his pace, length, and size with the grappling. He's going to be bigger. He's got a 2-inch height advantage. I think he's faced better comp. I think he's going to use his striking. I think he's probably better than Saeed in the striking. I think he's better cardio than Saeed. Saeed gassed out after the first round against Vinicius Oliveira. And Vinicius Oliveira is not a guy that throws a lot of volume in the first round. If you watched his last fight and his fight with Saeed, you would know that he's not a very aggressive guy off the rip. Like, his only finish in the UFC was at the end of the 3rd round. And other than that, he's got decisions. Like, he's not a guy that chases a finish early and just pours it on you. Saeed gassed himself out by shooting takedowns and trying to grapple. I think Bryce Mitchell is going to expose him even more than Vinicius did. And Bryce Mitchell, I think at minus 140 odds, is a pretty decent pick. I think he's faced way better comp. I think he's just going to get it done via pace and cardio. He's probably going to get a 29-28 decision. or a 30-27. I like Bryce Mitchell to win. Yeah. And he is plus 150 to win by decision, which I think is a good leg. I think that's a good leg. All right. Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov. I'm taking Guskov. Let me look at my notes real quick so I can read something. Krylov will most likely look to grapple. Guskov is going to look for the KO shot. Guskov had his back held for the whole first round by Billy Elikana until he got reversed, which is not a great look. Judging that Billy Elikana took that fight on like a week's notice, and he's not the grappler of Nikita Krylov, nor is he on the caliber of Nikita Krylov in any instance of MMA. I think it's not a good look, but Bogdan Guskov was also training to fight Johnny Walker, which is another thing you have to keep in mind. Krylov got flatlined by Reyes in one round. First fight in 2.5 years, by the way. Nikita Krylov was coming out of a 2.5 year layoff to fight Dominic Reyes, or 2-year layoff to fight Dominic Reyes. Got slumped in about 2.5 minutes or so. Bogdan Guskov, I think, is probably around the same kind of power puncher of Reyes. Obviously, I don't think he's on the same like technical skill of Reyes. I mean, we don't know for sure how good Bogdan Guskov actually is, because I think his only loss is to Volkan Ozdemir, and that was in his debut, which isn't a bad loss. That's not a bad loss at all, considering who Volkan is and was at a point. I think that's a decent loss to have, especially for your debut. Yeah, I'm taking Guskov probably by first round knockout. I think Nikita Krylov, him coming back after getting chinned only like 3 months ago, it's not great. I think he's kind of chasing a check right now, and he's going in there to just get money. I don't know how he's minus 200. He has one fight in the last 2.5 years, and he got knocked out cold. I'm taking Guskov. Guskov, I think he's just that guy. I think he's that guy. This one, pulling out my notes. Almabayev versus Ochoa. I'm taking Almabayev. Almabayev is going to look to wrestle. Ochoa will look to land big. Ochoa was out-grappled by Kavanagh. He got reversed, I think. Ochoa shot a takedown, didn't get it. He was getting out-grappled. Almabayev was only beaten by Manel Kopp. Manel Kopp is a pretty okay loss, I guess. Manel Kopp is kind of just roaming around the top 5 of the division forever. He just hasn't cracked it because he's been pulling out of fights and losing to Muhammad Makayev. I'm taking Almabayev at minus 120. Jose Ochoa, I would like this pick for Jose Ochoa more if he had a full camp. He didn't have a full camp. He's taking this on like 2 weeks' notice or a week and a half notice. Almabayev has a full camp. Almabayev is going to have a height and reach disadvantage, but I'm not sure how much that's going to matter with Almabayev's game plan being to wrestle. Almabayev has a lot more experience, especially in the UFC. I think he's got like 2 or 3 times his fights. Almabayev beat Odi Osborne and Mateus Nicolau, which is better than any comp that Jose Ochoa beat right now at the moment. I think Odi Osborne probably beats Cody Durden. I think Mateus Nicolau probably beats him by split decision, like he beats everybody by split decision. And I think Almabayev is just the more proven guy here. I think he should get this one done. Ochoa is hungry though, so don't count him out. I think the odds have it pretty good at minus 120 and plus 100. I think it's fair to give Jose Ochoa that much of a chance, seeing that he did only fight about a month and a half ago and looked really good in that fight. Almabayev did train for an explosive power puncher and has more experience versus better comp, so that's my reasoning for picking him. I think he's going to get a 29-28 decision. Ochoa might get the first round, but Almabayev is going to take it. Almabayev by decision at plus 145. That's my play for this fight. Lock it in. All right, next one. The Pirate versus Barriol. I'm taking the Pirate. Of course, I'm taking the minus 600 favorite. Fucking shocking, right? Shara only lost to MVP. MVP is a guy that beats, I think, pretty much everybody at 185 outside of the top 5 or top 6. He is very he's very good at it with his grappling, which is I think is underrated. MVP is great grappling, but of course his striking is just miles ahead of everybody. His feinting and his distance management specifically is just miles ahead of everybody. And Chara, I think he's 31 or 32, maybe something like that. He's still got some time. I think losing to MVP is not horrible. This is gonna be a rebound win for sure. He'll get a knockout here and look to get another ranked opponent. I think he beats MAB by head kick in round 2. I think he's going to take a lot of shots in round 1. And I think round 2 is going to come along and Barrialt's going to take a shot that he's not going to like, put on pressure to try and get his shots back to win the rest of the round and get caught in a head kick. I think his key to winning this fight is going to be putting the pressure on Chara, because we know Chara's cardio is not top tier, but I think Chara is going to be too good off the back foot. He's got more power, more technique, and more versatility in his striking because it's going to be a mostly stand-up fight. I don't see Barrialt mixing in takedowns. Yeah, I think MAB might have a cardio advantage, and that's it. He's chinny too, so I think he's just going to get knocked out in first round or second round. I'm saying round 2, could be round 1. That's my pick for this one. And this one right here, oh my god, I'm so excited for this fight. I am so excited for this fight. Petr Yan versus Marcus McGee. I'm taking Petr Yan by decision. Let me get my notepad here. Hold on. Yan is going to win this easily. He should win this easily. This should be a free fight for Yan. Marcus McGee went to a 29-28 decision with Jonathan Martinez. Jonathan Martinez, we already know, is not the greatest fighter ever. He barely beat Jonathan Martinez, who got schooled by Aldo, who got schooled by Yan. MMA math, it's obviously 100% accurate. We know that Petr Yan's going to win this. He's better in every aspect of MMA. He's got more experience against better comp. Held the belt. Didn't defend it because of the knee. He's got great fight IQ. We know this. Jan's bag is just so deep. He's just got so many different techniques, and he's so versatile. He's got great striking, great grappling. His boxing is, I think he's going to be miles ahead of Marcus McGee. He's got a reach disadvantage, but I'm not really sure how much of a difference it's going to make. We saw what happened with Corey Sandhagen, and I think Corey Sandhagen is miles ahead of Marcus McGee. I think Marcus McGee's only chance of winning this is just a one-punch knockout. I don't see him beating Yan. Can't see a world where he beats him. He's just not that great. This is a complete mismatch. Yan 30-27, maybe 29-28. If McGee can put the pressure on early, but I think he's not going to be able to keep up a high enough pressure or a high enough pace to outpace Yan and beat him over 2-3 rounds to win a fight. Yeah, I think Yan by decision at minus 150 should be the outcome of this fight. It should be the play. All right. Now, I'm taking RDR. Taking RDR via falling anvil, by Bobby Knuckles slipping on a banana peel, by a second RDR coming out of the shadows after Whitaker head kick KOs the first one, saying, "Did you really think that was me?" or something like that. I don't know. I don't know all of the cartoon references that everybody's saying about RDR. I think they're hilarious. RDR gets this one done by sub in round 2. You heard it here first. Whitaker should win this fight. By all means, he should win this fight. He's fought way better competition. I think he's ahead in the striking. I think the grappling, I think RDR is going to be ahead in the grappling, but I think Whitaker's takedown defense should be good enough. I mean, we saw what he did against Romero. I think he fought Brunson. He did get taken down by DDP, but he also took down DDP. I think his wrestling is going to be decent enough to shake off RDR and land big shots and get him out of there. I mean, GM3 had RDR hurt, and GM3 is not Whitaker on the feet in any realm. I think Whitaker should get this done by TKO, but RDR has just got plot armor. I don't know what the fuck it is. He just can't lose. He really just can't lose. He had the closest fight with GM3 that I think I've ever fucking seen, and subbed Holland and knocked out Bo Nickel. He knocked out Bo Nickel. Like, come on, guys. The guy who said he was going to beat Hamzat. I'm taking RDR. those are my picks for UFC Abu Dhabi. You heard it here first. I'm going 12 for 12. This is not a joke. RDR beats Whitaker. Lock it in. My official play for this fight is RDR in the distance at plus 180. His unorthodox striking and his unorthodox grappling is going to leave openings in Whitaker's defense. Whitaker's similar comp to RDR was DDP. We know what happened when he fought DDP. They both took each other down. Round 2, he got caught by a jab that he didn't like, and that was in. RDR is going to find the sub. I think he's going to find the sub or ground and pound TKO. Either or. Yeah, I think RDR has more ways to win. He's going to get this one done. That's it. That's it for this one. Like, comment, sub. Follow the TikTok. And that'll be it for us. That'll be it. I think for a lock parlay, if you want to parlay, I'd say Damon Blackshear is a good leg. Bogdan Guskov, I think, is a good leg too, plus money. Shara and Jan. I don't know what the odds on that are. Probably around like plus 200 or something. But yeah, that's my parlay for the card. Anything specific, you can just take what I said, like any round specific picks. I guess like Bogdan Guskov round 1 KO. Damon Blackshear by sub. Another play for Blackshear by decision. Ibo Aslan round 1 KO. Marcus Buchecha round 1 sub. Any of those straight bets are live, I think. Yeah. Good luck on your parlays if you make any. Let's see how well this video ages. So I will see you guys next week for Amir Albazi and Tatsuro Taira, that banger of a fight night in the Apex. All right.